if you have to sell tickets, just stay away from access tickets. Uh, the reviews you'll see online are probably true about how long it takes people to get their money, the lack of customer service, the lack of support. I would just suggest use Ticketmaster, StubHub, any of the other various platforms out there to buy seats. But just stay away from access. It's a nightmare. So basically, just in short, I sold my Clippers tickets for the Laker game, which would have been March 8th. But anyway, I sold my Clipper tickets for the Clipper Laker game, which was held on March 8th, and I had tickets for the Laker Clipper game on March 8th. I sold them, and then I started the transfer the following Tuesday or Wednesday. On their site, it actually says that it takes I think 10 to 14 business days or something like that in order for you to receive the money. After waiting basically until the end of the month, I called them, and then they said, oh, well, it's actually going to take us up to 30 business days because of the coronavirus. Which to me kind of rubbed me the wrong way because the tickets were sold before any of the lockdowns were even imposed. So that was one thing that kind of caught me by surprise. I called back on a separate occasion. And they again told me, oh, hey, we're looking. It's still going to be some more time. So I waited again. And so then this was probably the beginning of March. After waiting a whole nother week, I called them back on March 7th, the same day that I posted the review. And that's when they decided to initiate the transfer. So at the same time, I started leaving comments on your site. And then I also went to the Better Business Bureau. That same day, they decided that they were finally going to transfer the money, which really should have been transferred almost a month ago. So I didn't actually receive the money in my bank account until the 13th. And based on what they sent the Better Business Bureau, they didn't actually even initiate the transfer until the 7th. So that means those other previous times I called and they told me that the money was going to be over there, that was just a lie. Because I could clearly see that they said, hey, it's in process now, and it got processed on the 7th, which is why I received it on the 13th. The whole time I was being lied to. In my opinion, I was being lied to, and they don't have any other facts that can say that they weren't lying to me. And after kind of seeing what other people had said and hearing what other people's experiences were with getting money from them, I just thought it was completely unacceptable because it shouldn't take that long to transfer money that's owed to you, because it wouldn't take that long for them to take your money from you. So I just have a serious problem with that. Well, I mean, I have the money now. I mean, there's nothing that I can do, but I went to the Better Business Bureau because, again, it's to me, it's false advertising when you say that someone's going to have their money in, up to 15 business days, but then it takes that long. It just shouldn't take that long for something where we live in a world where everything's so instant, but yet it's going to take that much money to transfer. And I've done stuff with Vivid Seats. Never had a problem, or not Vivid Seats, I'm sorry, with Ticketmaster. My money sent to me in 2 to 3 days. So for them to take this long for tickets that are owed to someone and then to blame on the coronavirus when it just hadn't even, the transfer hadn't been initiated, is just crazy to me. Like if your basketball club or whatever sporting team you're with, if you have to go through them, like for me, I basically have to go through them in order to sell my seats, then I guess you just have to do what you have to do. But I just thought the whole experience was horrible. My wife was upset because you're talking roughly $700. It's essentially just sitting in their bank account, not being moved. And it's just like, there's other stuff that I wanted to do with the money. So for me, it's just kind of like what do you do? Like, there's nothing that you really, I feel like I could do. You just feel powerless, and they just, the customer service, in my opinion, was horrible. Sir, it's just going to take more time. There's no update on if they even started the transfer. And the only way I actually found out when they started the transfer, like I said, was once I went to the Better Business Bureau and they got involved. And then they had to send paperwork, and then they tried to just say like, oh, your money should be in your account. We sent it on the 7th. But I can clearly show you on my Wells Fargo account that it didn't even get into my Wells Fargo account until the 13th.